I know we're tuning in late for tonight's event. However, HGR just got done with its thrilling race and a thrilling finish tonight. Should be no different for MMS, Little Dog, Big Dog event. Damn, 60 laps on deck for tonight, Gen 6. It's gonna be a great night of action. Kim McCullough trying to sweep the weekend. Not sweep the weekend, but sweep Wednesday night. Don't know where to get them ready for Friday to be here already. And 10 minutes to do one lap. Right now, Dawson Wise already on track, followed by Brock Westmoreland. Corey Wright already run out, Michael Triscero. Course, picking it up a little bit late in the season. Really, probably this is round 4, so
Austin, you in here?
Whoops, hold up. Got to take care of something. I don't even know why that's still turned on. Apologize about that. As I was saying. So right now, learning along with me, these are your 12 teams for tonight. If they have a lock above their team, they are locked in to the playoffs coming up. So right now, Team 1, Team 3, and Team 1, Team 3, Team 12, all locked in to the playoffs. Still a lot of drivers looking to make their way in. And right now, by the way, Westmoreland top of the board. Wise will slide into second. Well, Nathan Harper, no stranger in being on the Raging Idiot Racing Network. Couple wins here and there, actually about 2 or 3. And right now, Harper to start his first laps. Right now, as Corbett will slide into 4th. Right now, Westmoreland, Triscero, and Wise, the top 3. Corbett in 4th. Probably going to change as we still look at Nathan Harper complete his 1 lap. Corey Wright will slide into 3rd. And at the line, Nathan Harper, is it enough? It is 52.204 for Harper. Top of the board. Strong run for Harper, but then again, we're used to seeing that in qualifying out of the driver to number 1. Right now, Sean Wiggins has not yet started his lap. Well, 6 minutes remaining here for several drivers to try to go ahead and put their name on the board. Right now, Harper, Westmoreland, Triscero, Wright, Wise, and Corbett, the top 6. We're going to take away from Wiggins now to focus in on Michael Wingo's lap. Isn't enough. A 52.281. Good enough for 7th quickest. But we caught the tail end of Michael Wingo's lap. Now we're going to turn back to Wiggins. Right now down the back straight, we're going to really see where the 51 lines up. 51 or the 6. You'll see it as the 6 on iRacing and on the tickers. And right now, almost a 10th off. So right now, Wiggins going to need a big pickup. Coming off a 4 and through the tri-oval to have a shot at the pole. Right now, Nathan Harper sits on top. At the line, does Wiggins does he get the gain that he needs? Survey says a 52.319. Not enough. Right now, Cameron Craighead's lap at the line. Survey says Craighead will go into 6 with a 239. That's as good as you can ask for. Jeff Murray coming out to start his. There's Murray just coming off of the HGR event. Had a dominant car there. Fortunately, not able to get the job done. Wants to try to avenge that loss only a few minutes ago here in Big Dog, Little Dog. Right now, Murray off of 4. And Murray will slide in a second right behind Harper with a time of, pretty much tied it. Just about. No, he didn't. 52.215 to Harper's 204. Not enough for Murray, but right now, holding a nice second. Right now, Mike Davenport, that is, at the line. A 52.252, good enough for 8th. Jared Haynes and David Flanagan on the board right now. Haynes will be the first one to post the lap. Immediately behind him will be Flanagan. Right now, trending towards the pole for Jared Haynes. Isn't enough. Survey says 52.24 for Haynes and a 231 for Flanagan, 7th and 10th respectively. Right now, Casey Sprinkle Hey Heath, how you doing, buddy? Sprinkle at the line. P2 for Sprinkle, but ties Harper. Well, there's one or two reasons why Harper holds the pole. Either iRacing goes to the 10,000s, which we cannot see, or they base it off of I rate. And I don't know who's got the best I rate now of the two, so we're just going to assume it went all the way to the 10,000s. Well, right now, Trevor Asrenoth with 50 seconds remaining. Does Asrenoth have what it takes to knock Harper off the pole? Survey says 52.219. He does not. Immediately following him, Freddie Bazanez cutting the apron and at the line. Bazanez 2:33, good enough for 8th. That'll do it. As Bazanez will kill the car in the process. 20 seconds to go. Garrett Maines now with 10 seconds. He might have enough to get it in. Think he's going to do it. Only barely. Maines 22:02, top of the board with a second remaining. Garrett Maines to the top of the board. A 2:01 to Harper and Sprinkles 2:04. A monster lap right at the end. Several drivers. Try a lot of drivers. Not qualifying, unfortunately. I'm not seeing Garrett Maines in the Discord call, so therefore unable to get a word with him. So with that being said, well, we got time and we got a lot to cover tonight. We're going to run through the starting grid. So Garrett Maines on pole by 1,000 of a second over both Harper and Sprinkle. That's top 3. Jeff Murray 4th. Brock Westmoreland in 5th. Michael Tresquero, Corey Wright, Trevor Astronaut, Freddie Bazanez, Dawson Wise, David Flanagan, and Cameron Craig will round out your fast 12 to start tonight. Mike Davenport, Jaron Haynes, Sean Corbett, Michael Wingo, Sean Wiggins, Malik Ray, Landon Velicky, Kyler Wynn. The top 20. Elliott Green, Axel Smith, Joshua McCullough, they'll round out the top 24 for tonight. Ward, Christopher McCullough, Josh Grimbrun, Chase Mastrada, Kevin McCullough, Danny Barnes, and Mark Vondale rounds out a 31 car field for tonight. And now that we quickly got that part out of the way, the remaining schedule, round 4 tonight. Next week will be Atlanta 104 laps, the Gen 4 Daytona to follow, and then the rest of the field all the way down. Does the remaining little dog, big dog schedule. Now, while we pace, see if we can get a hold of Casey Sprinkle real fast. Casey Sprinkle, Gary Jenkins up here, broadcast booth, buddy. Got a quick copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, buddy, thought you had it. The outside front row secured, and then Maines at the last possible second, able to steal that from you and Harper. I wanted to ask you, though, qualifying, however, does it really matter where you start in these types of races?
I preferably like to start in the back sometimes with these bigger races, but neither. I want to be neither right up front or right in the back or all the way in the back, but also pit stall matters. So maybe, yeah, maybe, but I mean, it just depends on what kind of racing you do. Like I'd probably want to try to stay up front here. I might drop to the back though if it does get crazy.
Well, buddy, I do want to ask you right before we go green, what's it going to take to put the 28 back in victory lane?
Just avoid the wrecks and keep my fast spare hopefully until the very end, but maybe I'll use it. Just avoid the wrecks, the carnage. I'm going to try to either stay up front or stay way in the back. Just be there at the end, really, with a clean car.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you. I'll go ahead and drop you back down. Best of luck to you tonight. I hope to talk to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you.
That being said, Garrett Maines, Nathan Harper will bring them down. Little dog, big dog action tonight for the first time on the Raging Idiot Racing Network. And into the United Rentals restart zone. We're rolling. Obviously not a lot of authority. Okay. I see what it is. All right, 3x3 down the back straightaway. Of course, the computer's going to have a hard time trying to keep up. All these cars have been having a bit of technical issues with the damn thing. So if there's more cars than what there are appears, I assure you. But right now, Harper leads with Jeff Murray diving down to the bottom in front of Maines and at the line. Murray will steal it barely. But right now, Murray continues to lead. Harper will slide back in a second down the back straightaway. As Renault up to the top side. Scott Wise right behind him. Harper will cover as Renault. Murray will try to block, leaves the door wide open for Garrett Maines in case he's sprinkled to get involved. Maines right back to the front, 59 laps to go. Right now, as they run, we'll go deeper into the field here. Right now, Christopher McCullough, right now in 21st. One of the ones just Ryan trying to come from the back. You see Landon Velicky up there. Axel Smith on behind him. A little bit of a break. A little bit of drivers just hanging out for the time being. Don't really want to be involved in the action right now, just choosing to ride. That'll be John Ward, Danny Barnes, Richard Elliott, the HGR winner for the third time this week, Kenneth McCullough, Martin Vondale, and the 49 of Josh Grambone and Kyler did not start the race. Meanwhile, at the front, Corey Wright to take the lead. And Wright will lead his first laps officially. But here comes Maines with another run to the middle lane. Maines, as Renault Malik Ray working himself up into the picture. The SummerSlam 2025 SummerSlam 499 winner up to third. But down the back straightaway, Maines continuing to lead as Renault. On the bottom right, still trying to make something happen. Axel Smith in the middle, trying to get a push for the 34, Triscaro. Right now, Triscaro and Wise occupy that middle lane. As Garrett Maines continues to lead. As Renault to the bottom of the track, down the cover. The 25 of Wright. Maines will lead that lap, but only barely, as here comes Astronaut to the lead. 4 wide. Landon Velicky in the middle. Oh, there they go already. Caution is out. Michael Wingo Sprinkle holds on. Broad Westmoreland gets it wound up and comes to a stop. Landon Velicky. He's got going back straight. Wingo and Sprinkle, both great saves. Well, what has happened on lap 4? Let's look at it. But really, Velicky gets put in a bad spot. 4 wide. Maybe a little bit of contact from Velicky. Westmoreland up into the wall from there. I mean, a great job by Brott to keep it from hitting the inside wall. A little bit of damage to the outside. Let's look at it in slow motion here. Like I said, Velicky put in a bad spot. Really don't want to be in that spot myself. And I think if you look at it here, it's going to get a little tight. Veliky's going to make a little bit of contact, maybe. No. Well, from this speed, it only look like Veliky hit him. It was enough to put Westmoreland into the wall. From there, Casey Sprinkle. Hell of a save on Sprinkle's part to keep that car from going into the outside wall. Get some damage from Michael Wingo. Ultimately, they will escape this wreck pretty unclean for the most part. I think really everybody gets lucky. I think everybody got lucky through this. Let's ride on board with Brock. There may have been some contact. The awareness to get it load up, go ahead and get it down in the first gear. Slow that car down the best way they can. I mean, only experience tells you that. To do all that, the downshift, hold the brake, do everything you can to keep it off the wall. Right now is Brock. Stays in the pits. Freddie Bazinez, your leader. Right now, everybody pits under this caution. It'll be Well, really, we can give you the top 20 by doing this number right here. Right now, Bazinez, Astronaut, Maines, Malik Ray, and Axel Smith, the top 5. Corey Wright, Cameron Craighead, Davenport, Wise, and Trisquero, the top 10. Right now, they're trying to get the A2 of Kyler his laps back. Kyler missed the start, unfortunately. He'll go from 3 to 1. I do not believe he'll be able to get his third lap back. We'll have to wait and see. Oh no, he's going to attempt it. So the A2 of Kyler will be back on the lead lap and able to contend for this race win. Trevor Asranoff will take the lead. Bazinez and others comes in. Well, the driver's working the strategy game early. Right now, top 18 stays out. David Flanagan, black flag on pit road. Right now, give you a quick rundown of the top 20. Avernov, Maines, Malik Ray, Axel Smith, Corey Wright, the top 5. Craighead, Davenport, Wise, Trisquero, Mert Green, Joshua McCullough, Sean Wiggins, Nathan Harper, Jared Haynes, Chase Pastrutta, Brock Westmoreland, Michael Wingo, Freddie Bazinez, and Sean Corbett, the top 20. Get a quick look at the remainder of the field. Obviously, it's going to go through there it is. 21st on down. All right, Astronaut and Garrett Maines will bring them to United Rentals Restart Zone. Malik Ray, Axel Smith behind them. We're rolling. Caution is out. Oh, they're winding them up big. Jeff Merrick. See that he's got some damage. There's Merrick's car and that beautiful new paint job for Jeff Merrick. Not off to a great start tonight. David Fling in a meatball flag. What happened is the main question. We're coming off a 2. They just got back going. McCullough, maybe a bad push to Merrick and on down. They, again, like the previous caution, everybody gets pretty lucky to really escape this one. Take another look at it. This time let's go from the crash chopper cam. And get a look at this from slow motion. I mean, here it comes. You see up there top of the screen, McCullough's coming with a run. He's going to try and line up with Merrick. Unfortunately, gets him off-centered in the left rear. Merrick comes off the wall, back across McCullough's nose, and from there it's on. Tresquiro's going to get a piece of this. Davenport is going to slide. He's going to get Harper. Austin Green with some damage. Jared Hayes is going to go bam. It brought Westmoreland up to shooting that gap. And from there on, it's just, I mean, what can you do? Right on board with Mike Davenport through this. Well, he ain't even gonna know what's coming till right there. Let's see, next we'll go on board Nathan Harper. There you see that maybe I'm going to get through. Nope. But what a save by Harper nonetheless. Last one before we go back to a live view here. Pretty much nothing Jared Hayes could do. Gonna fall right in his lap. Well, everybody came in once again to pit, top 29 at least. Trevor Advernon, Malik Ray, Dawson Rise, Kevin Craighan, Joshua McCullough. No, I'm sorry, Garrett Maines, Asvernoth, Ray, Wise, Craighead, the top 5. McCullough, Wright, Tresquiro, Westmoreland, Bazinez, your top 10. Of course, several other drivers coming back in, top off with fuel. Several of them try the lower half of the top 20 or top 30. Right now, the one to go. A lot of drivers in the top 5 pretty much have been up there from the get-go, just hanging out in the top 10. Maines, Azronoth, Wise, Cooley Wright, Triscaro, Westmoreland. Landon Velicky, after being involved in that first caution, slipping back down outside the top 15, has worked himself back up into the 11th spot. All right, 2 quick cautions to start off here. We'll see if we can't go get a little bit of a green flag run in. The pace car into the pits. Maines and Azronoth will bring them to United Rentals restart zone. Let's try it again. Oh, not a great start for Velicky or Green. Austin Green dropping like a rock. McCullough stuck directly behind it. That's going to mess everything up. What in the world happened? Let's look at it real fast before they have another caution. Speak of the devil. We'll go back to a live feed. Michael Wynn goes around. There's Wingo. Somebody's lost a bumper. That would be the 6th of Sean Wiggins. Kyler Wynn's involved in this. Don't see much damage to that 82. Not sure where the damage is really at on that car. Well, you can see where the damage is on Michael Wingo's car. Front end's completely locked up. And not to mention the bumper's gone. Sean Wiggins as well. Alright. Let's see what happened. Going down back. Oh, they're ranking up ahead. Oh, crap. There's where, okay, so they're where the majority, okay, that's where all the damage is going to come from them. However, Wingo got turned sideways, so we need to see what happened to Michael. Well, Bazinez will jump up right behind him. Bazinez gets loose from there. Wingo probably, really looks like 2 guys run out of room. I mean, Bazinez was already up to the wall, but Wingo kind of pushed him, honestly. This is why I'm not the race control anymore. Yeah, I hate calls like this. Let's see what happens here, because Bazinez, it's a weird spot to get so out of shape like that. But gets loose, comes off the wall, gets Wingo, and from there, it's on. Of course, Michael Wingo thinking maybe it's all right. I ain't going to get much damage out of this, and then bam. In comes Sean Wiggins. Right on board with Sean. Take you where the driver don't really, anywhere you don't really see much unless you're actually racing in this. Right on board the actual cockpit camera. We'll see the wreck and Wingo's gonna come right in the pad. Bam! He's gonna get hit twice. Gonna slam Wingo, and then Kyler's gonna have nowhere to go. Let's get Kyler's view of things. On board with the 82. But he's going to go as low as he possibly can, just about to the wall. And even then, it's not enough. Well, you can tell just looking at the car the damage that it does have. Well, the good news is for these drivers, they have one fast repair in the chamber that they can use at any point during the race. The bad part, still 45 laps to go. Laps to go. Drivers that have used a fast repair already. Kyler Wynn. Sean Wiggins. Well, you know Michael Wingo has. Wingo's still in the pits, as a matter of fact. Jeff Murray's had to use one. Corey Wright's had to use his fast repair. Oh, never mind. Scratched out on Corey Wright. My mistake, looking at the wrong column. Anyway, Christian McCullough, black flag as you ride on board with Danny Barnes. Christian McCullough, black flag. Will be restarting in the back here. It's Trevor Asronoth. So it's Asronoth, Maines, McCullough, Wise, Graham Boom, Estrada, Velokey, Westmoreland, Malik Ray, Axel Smith, the top 10. Well, for Maines and Astronaut, they've been at the front the majority of this race since it started. Aaron Maines has led 10 laps, Astronaut 2. Corey Wright's led a lap. On down through the field, Jeff Murray led 1. Bazinez, he's led 1 lap tonight. All right. Astronaut and Maines brings them to the restart zone. We're rolling again. We see Maines already getting a push down through the corners off the straightaway. We're really trying to get that run going on top lane. Mainly so Maines can have the lane control. That's what he's wanting. But right now, as we're not holding the bottom lane, holding it strong, side by side, entering 3 and 4. Yeah, a little late on camera shot there. Oh, Alvardo's going to run Mains up the track 3 wide. McCullough to the middle. And here comes Dawson Wise. I believe Wise got it. Trevor Avernoff, black flag. Possibly a restart violation, unknown. Had to talk with race control and see what the deal was. But right now, that's messed everything up for Trevor Avernoff. As Wise leads, Chase Mastrutta and Brock Westmoreland, the top 3. Here comes Maines back to the bottom. Avernoff not going to be able to get to the bottom to serve it. Not this lap at least. As Maines almost sideways from the push from Elite Ray. McCullough on the apron and racing like it's the last lap. There's still 43 to go. Here comes Westmoreland up the middle, 4 wide. That ain't going to work, boys. There they go. Harper against the wall. Bazinez involved. Red sneaking through in the bottom. Danny Barnes to the crest. Mastrutta still wrecking. Mastrutta just about missing a wheel. Something's massively broken that car. Brock Westmoreland, massive damage. It'll be a meatball. Freddie Bazinez, don't really see a lot of damage on him. 49 of Josh Grimbone. Saw him sideways. Nathan Harper, massive damage to the outside pole center. What? Well, let's look back at it. I'm pretty sure, the Westmoreland's going to make it an aggressive move. We'll see really if it's justified, whether it be a checkup or what really happened. Back it up a little bit further here. No, we'll do the 4 chase. Well, let's see what happened from real time. Okay, so Mastrutta gets the wall, put Westmoreland in a bad spot from there. I mean, the 4 may have came down and take another look at it, but man, talking about getting wadded up. Mastrutta's going to come back down the track. He's going to get Westmoreland. Bazinez will finally spin out. All right, now let's look at it for slow motion here. All right. Already are 3 wide through travel. Treacherous enough as it is, but nothing really out the sorts. Mastrutta's going to tag the wall right there. Will come down. Perhaps, well, Brock dives to the bottom thinking, well, I'm either go to the bottom or hit him. And he's already sideways from there. Tight, tight, tight. The 4 comes down into the 49, and from there, it's on. Flanagan's going to get net coated by Ray. Bazinez just is going to miss. Tristero's going to get a piece of it, but nothing very massive, hardly any at all. Unlike some of these, like the 4, like the 2, like Mastrutta. Everybody else pretty much just sneaking through. Let's run on board with a couple drivers here. First, let's go on board with Freddie Bazinez. But really, like a lot of drivers, going to fall right in his lap. He had nothing to do. A hard shot into Mastrutta. And another one. And his just keep on coming for Bazinez. Alright, next one will tell one half of the story and how we got into this scenario. So we rewind it here. Well, let's rewind enough to where we can set this up with Chase Mastrutta. Really listen to the throttle here. Well, yeah, that little bit of lift, just enough. Well, at that point, you already can tell by just how the car is reacting, something's already broke. Meanwhile, on pit road, Vondale, Astronaut, well, Astronaut still has the black flag. Westmoreland deemed the cause of caution, I am assuming due to his black flag. Let's ride on board with the fourth through this before we go back live. Yep. It's already been a night of carnage. Meanwhile, at the front, couple drivers ain't really talked about a lot so far tonight. Of course, Garrett Maines up there had been led a lot of this race, but how about Landon Velicky? Got shuffled out earlier, involved in our first caution of the night, has worked himself up back in the second. Malik Ray in third. Wise, Axel Smith had a very quiet night. Flanagan, another one of them as well. Tresquiro's been hanging around the top 10 for the majority of the race. Kyler Wren just now entered into the top 10 for the first time tonight. We're going to be getting ready to restart. What's up, Christopher Carter? How you doing? So Maines and Velicky will be bringing them down. Let's try this again with 38 to go. Kind of a great restart, not so good for Velicky. He'll slide into third right behind Malik Ray. Dawson Wise right behind them in the fourth spot down the back straightaway. Trevor Asronoff still has not answered the black flag from earlier. Now Michael Tresquiro trying to make something happen. Trying to make that third line, gets cut off by 25 of right. Out in the line, Garrett Maines to lead his 17th lap of the race tonight. Asronoff is in. Down back straight away. Wait, that's Flanagan. It's either Flanagan. Yeah, David Flanagan getting shuffled out of line. Trying to get it figured out. Trying to get out that middle line, that 31. At the line. We're not quite at the line yet, but Maines down to cover. Wise trying to stop that run on the bottom. Going to immediately jump back up to cover Malik Ray. Mark Vondale, fastest lap of the race out of 47.831. Right now, Mark Vondale running in the 28th spot as we stand. It just goes to show where he didn't post the fastest lap. they'll be running pretty much near the back, as right now 29 drivers on the lead lap, 2 are a lap down. Wiggins and Brock Westmoreland will focus back in on the front where the action's starting to get intense again. Right now, top 5 as they run. Maines, Ray, Velicky, Wynn, and Corey Wright. That's the top 5. Mike Davenport's recovered nicely after being involved in the first caution of the night. You're right on board with the 55. As here comes Jeff Merrick, who had a very up and down night. Right now, Mike Esquiro, Bazinez, and Wise pushing Merrick to the front. Oh, Davenport's going to go around again. Sean Corbett hard into the wall. They're scattering everywhere. Mark Vondale, massive damage to the 59. Michael Wingo involved in this one as well. Wingo, one fast repair already used and done. And now with a meatball flag, it will be the end of the night for Michael Wingo. Kenneth McCullough with damage. Sean Corbett got a piece up. We saw that on the onboard. 49 of Josh with damage. All right. Well, let's re-rack it again and figure out what happened here. Excuse the internet, fucking computer ain't wanting to half work. Another bad spot. That's the way it looks like. 55 hard into the wall. How about Mastretta barely sneaking through? Why don't look at his onboard? Rewind it here. Take a look at it slow motion. We can do a little bit closer than that. So McCullough coming up the middle with like he shot out of a cannon. And really, there's a hole there. Davenport tries to close it up. Netco contact, and from there to just come together. Going to ride Corbett all the way up the wall. McCullough is actually going to sneak through this for the most part. And then bam. Look at that 8. Cars in front of him, barely sneaking through. Michael Wingo tries to get through. Unfortunately, Vondale will clip him. We already run on board with Davenport through the wreck. Whenever it was live. See if we can't get somebody. I should ride on board with Josh from McCullough and see his view on things here. Just gets a massive run up the middle. Really got to do something with it. You can't lift in some scenarios, but there, the hole just closed up and from behind him. Rewind it here. We'll take a couple more on boards here. Just won't leave it at him. I said I was going to go on board with Chase Mastretta through this, and I am. Because this was a piece of driving from the 4. But minding his own business, trying to make a third line rally here. Sees the contact from there. He'll get a little bit of contact from Austin Green. Other than that, oh, let's say Casey Sprinkle hanging on to it for dear life. From Michael Wingo. It's already spinning. And there, that, we'll go ahead and run it from the gyro cam. He's going to make contact with McCall and just get round. Oh, there's where Vondell gets most of it. God almighty. That's the worst place you can hit. The car's done at that point. There ain't nothing else he can do. Last onboard ride will be with Mark Vondell. Run out of nowhere to go. Wingo's going to come down and take him, and then from there, bam. Engine grenades itself. Nothing really you can do. And Vondell's still on pit road. Had to tow back. So the night done, at least for competing for the win. For Mark Vondell and several others. So everybody's came back in and pitted again. They're trying to stretch that field window the best they can. Right now, Maines continues to lead with Jeff Murray, Michael Trasquero, Freddie Bazinez, Kyler Wren, David Flanagan, Dawson Wise, Jared Haynes, Lyndon Velicky, Trevor Astronaut. That cost you a big break. 40-89. He's back up in 10th. .28 drivers still on the lead lap. For Garrett Maines, he has led 21 laps. A dominant performance for the one. We're rolling again. Right now, Michael Trasquero again pushed by Kyler on the bottom. Here comes the 34 trying to challenge for the lead for the first time tonight. Down the back straightaway. Maines getting pushed by Merck, Bazinez, and several others side by side entering 3. On the drone cam, Garrett Maines. Back out front, Murray down to the bottom. Murray almost gets turned by Trasquero. They're still not done yet. What a save. About a 60, about a 34. The 31 still out of shape. Another shot to the 60 from the 34. Bazinez up to second. Jared Haynes moving into the 4th spot. They still ain't got it figured out back there yet. Murray's dropping like a rock. He's taking that bottom lane with him. Ward, you see Ward up into the outside lane. Malik Ray up the middle with Casey Sprinkles. Meanwhile, Maines continue to lead Bazinez, Lyndon Velicky, Trevor Astronaut on the bottom. All this by the drone camera, might I add. There's 31. Flanagan to the bottom, trying to challenge for the lead. Here comes McCullough like he shot out of a cannon again. Bringing Green and Ward with him. Not to be outdone, Kevin McCullough, the winner of the HGR race. Only about an hour ago has snuck himself. Oh! Flanagan gets turned. Velicky gets hit. Hang on to her, boys. 4 wide, 5 wide. Malik Ray on the apron. This ain't going to work. Somehow it's worked. For the moment, Ray back up. Gosh, too mighty. I would have never believed that if it wasn't on camera. Through it all, new leader. And his name is Joshua McCollum with Austin Green, John Warren, Landon Villacay, and Freddie Bassett in the top 5. Every driver in the top 5 is up 15 spots or more. For McCullough, up 23. For Green, 20. Ward, 22. Landon Villacay, up 15 spots. Meanwhile, looking through just about all the McCulloughs are in the top 10. As a matter of fact, they are. But right now, maybe just ride a little while, try to log some laps. Well, with 27 to go, still estimating that there will probably be another pit stop somewhere along the line. There's got to be. If they don't have another caution first. McCullough, Joshua McCullough that is. No, not Joshua McCullough, Christopher McCullough. Up to cover Joshua McCullough. Keller into the bottom with Axel Smith, Casey Sprinkle, Dawson Wise. Meanwhile, the man who has dominated the majority of this race up until the last 5 laps, Garrett Maines, all the way back somewhere around the, let's see here, 15th position. Meanwhile, the battle increases up at the front. The McCulloughs on the top side with John Ward, followed by Axel Smith, Casey Sprinkle, and Dawson Wise. On the bottom, ran down on the bottom again. What in the world's going on back here? Unsure at the moment, but they've gotten away with it 2 or 3 times now in the last handful of laps with 26 to go. Action all over the place. Man, Christopher McCullough going to get shuffled out, left to dry. Thanks for coming. Here comes Kenneth McCullough with Sprinkle in the middle. McCullough on the outside. Smith on the bottom. 3 by 3 by 3 for about 5-6 rows deep with 25 to go. Well, action's getting intense. You see Smith able to cover. Really, we didn't get him before all hell breaks loose again. Right on board with John Ward. Well, you see right along, right in the thick of it, right in the middle of the hornet's nest with the 2023 PGR champion, a 7-time Intimidator Series winner, and John Ward. Been in this spot numerous times. Gonna give a big shot to Flanagan. Trasquero out of shape. Axel Smith off the wall. Hang on to her, buddy. Man. I was stressed out running the MHR races the last 3 days. I don't know if my heart can handle this. Meanwhile, Wise out in the middle, almost gets put into the wall by McCullough. They're not giving. They're not giving anymore. This is all take. Asronoff still make it 4 wide. Here comes Green to the bottom, back to 3. Austin Green to the lead. Contact between Sprinkle and McCullough. Landon Villacay up to 2nd. Freddie Bazinez in 3rd. Asronoff 4th. Here's a dogfight for the top 5. For 5th, that would be. Casey Sprinkle right now in the 5th spot. 23 laps to go. If it's going to be any more intense than what it is right now, Asronoff hard into the wall. Trevor Asronoff hard into the wall. The car is completely broke. The night might be done for the 89. Rather than I won't make it to pit road. We'll see what happened before there's another caution and we'll miss some of this action here. We're getting pushed by Sprinkle. Car just goes up, almost like a tire goes down. Hard to say what the deal is, but for Trevor Asronoff, fast repair already used and Asronoff down and away. Meanwhile, back up front, Austin Green leads Casey Sprinkle. Caution is out. Trying to find who's around. Kenny McCullough. McCullough. Well, then we know one of them that was involved in it. Kenny McCullough's gone around. The engine's gone awry. Has not used the fast repair yet, but definitely will be. All right. We'll see what has put us under caution for, I believe, the 5th time tonight. We're going to really wrap this up. So Kyler's on the bottom. A lot of drivers on the apron. I believe that's Vondell. Vondell on the apron. Got another driver on the apron as well. Can't tell who that is. Looks like Villicky. Well, that's going to come up there, and then, yeah, Flanagan gets McCullough, and then, bam, head on into a massive hit for the 03. I can see how that would ruin a motor. Right on board with McCullough through this. A little bit of contact, but bam. Of course, not what you want to see if you're Kenny McCullough. Well, right now, Trevor Asronoff is your leader. Casey Sprinkle win the race off pit road. Too close to call for second. We can interview John Ward real quick if he's able to. John Ward, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast, but you got a quick copy, buddy.
I got you, Garrett.
Well, buddy, been a wild night. We were just on board with you right in the middle of the hornet's nest. Up 19 spots from where you started. Does the 92 got what it takes to get the win tonight?
Yeah, we got what it takes. We got the speed. We didn't got the fuel right now, but if it stays green, we're probably pit. But I'm gonna try to top off. We definitely got the speed and the wheel to get up there. It's just see if we can get some help and a little bit of luck with us, and we should be all right.
Well, you answered my question about the fuel thing already, so I appreciate it. But buddy, best of luck to you. We're going to see if you can put 92 back in victory lane.
You got it. Yeah, I'm showing about 16 laps, so we're going to be short here. See what happens. I don't know if someone's going to save, someone's going to make it. We'll see what happens.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you. Look forward to seeing how it plays out.
Thank you, Garrett.
Yep. All right. Under our 6th caution of the night with 20 to go. Fuel is a concern for several drivers. Ward's going to come back in, top off. now as the field gets formed up. Take the restart for the 7th time tonight. Top 10 as they run: Astronaut, Sprinkle, Bazinez, McCullough, Craighead, Wren, Murrick, Harper, Trasquero, and McCullough. That's the top 10. On down to the top 20. Smith, Mastretta, Velicky, Haynes, Ward, Green, Wise, the dominant car tonight. Garrett Maines in 18th. Corey Wright and Danny Barnes rounds out the top 20. A lot of action still to come tomorrow night. HGR is in the making. And probably HGR, BDS, maybe both. Well, it'll probably be an HGR or BDS race. Just depends. We run the 94 laps again. Saturday night, Midnight Racing League Super Speedway Series. Catch your favorite stars from the Midnight Series live on the Raging Idiot Racing Network. Then MMS for sure, unless something happens. And HGR questionable, but probably will happen on Sunday as well for the Sunday main event. We'll worry about that when they get there. Right now, Trevor Asronoff, Casey Sprinkle, in the United Rentals restart zone they come. 18 laps to go. Great start by Asronoff, about the best you could ask for. Here comes Sprint to the bottom. Asronoff wanted to get to the bottom. Oh, Burr's going to go around again. Trasquero hard into the wall. Austin Green, a massive hit. Jared Merck against the wall. Trasquero's involved. 25 of Corey Wright. Dawson Wise. A lot of drivers in the top 5, top 10. Austin Green, massive damage to the right side, just can't see it yet. That was a wicked shot to the 34 that the 87 took. There's Trasquero, his damage. Dawson Wise showing he's got a meatball. Jeff Merrick might get away with this here. What in the hell happened? Well, let's take a look, shall we? My computer still continues to do that weird stuff, but oh well. Alright. Well, one thing bunched up on the restart. That's one way to do it. Let's look at it here. Real time. Kind of a stack up effect on the outside lane, but from there, I mean, that shot from Trasquero, and I mean, Murray had nothing he could do. Several drivers piling in further back. Jeff Merck's actually going to walk out of here better off than what I thought he was initially going to be. Let's look at it. Let's look at a 34's perspective on this. Just like contact, bam, hard into the wall. Going to take a massive shot from, I believe it was Austin Green. Completely going to kill the whole rear end of that car. Right on board with Austin Green. I believe he is the one that got Michael. All right, there he thought about going to the bottom. Thought twice of it. I guarantee you wishes it was on the bottom this time. Well, bam, off the wall, just nowhere to go. A massive shot. Gonna fall right into Corey Wright slap. Right on board with Corey Wright, but this time Going for the gyro camera. I was a little late, but damn, what a shot. Like a shotgun. Right here be the best look at it. Thing's gonna have it made, then green out of nowhere. It's just a gut. Really just pretty much a gut blow. Had such a great run going, trying to stay out of trouble all night and just get caught like that. Well, we're under caution for the 7th time. They're right here somewhere. For this caution. So right now, as they run, Casey Sprinkle, your leader. Nathan Harper, who has had to fight and claw his way back up to the front after being involved in a caution earlier in the race, has worked himself up into the 2nd spot. Then you got Ren Asranez, or Astronaut Bazanez. Don't know how I got them two mixed together. Joshua and Christopher McCullough, Landon Velicky, Axel Smith, and Chase Mastrutta in the top 10. Right now, it's been a very chaotic night. Still a lot of drivers who have not used the fast repair, but there's 3 in the top 5. Harper, Advernoth, and Kyler all used their fast repair, one and done. From here on out, whatever damage you get, you're stuck with it if it is not career ending, or race ending, I should say is a better term. Alright. Sprinkle and Harper brings it down to the United Rails restart zone. 14 to go. Let's try it again. Kyler all over the back of Sprinkle, trying to get that 59 up off the track. Sprinkle will just lead him up to the top lane. Christopher McCullough hung out to dry on the bottom. Made no mistake. 3 by 3. Further back. Well, the action's far from over. It's only going as if it wasn't already intense enough. As the laps wind down, the intensity, all it's going to do is just pick up. And really, I would expect nothing less with 13 to go. Well, Well, not nowadays, but now it's time for the drivers. And that's running back there in the back. I'm talking about, like at the top of the screen, McCullough, Wingo, Corey Wright, Cameron Craighead, just to name a few back there. Now it's time, if you are able to, if your car ain't too damaged, it's time to start making the charge up to the front again, because you ain't got much time left, and it's very easy to be able to get yourself to the front. Ironically, it's even, oh, Davenport, hang on to it, Harper in the wall. Meanwhile, they're scrambling. Keep it straight. Well, what has happened? Another checkup effect from there. And Harper, bam. Caution is out. Who's that? Austin Green, Sean Corbett. Axel Smith, meatball damage, one that has not used the fast repair yet. He will have to use it tonight. Axel Smith, I'm sorry. All right. Well, what happens? Obviously, we're going to get Axel Smith's perspective of it first. You know, it happens way up there in front of him. On the apron, or on the brakes, I should say. Where does the meatball come into play? Not sure I understand where the meatball damage comes from for. Anyway, we'll find it another day. For Sean Corbett up here now, I understand we're a little far here. But yeah, we're really going to see how this gets set up. Another stack up effect pretty much from there. Green gets into the back of Westmoreland, and that pretty much just triggers it. I believe Garrett Mays is going to get a piece out of this as well. But right here, boom, catch the back of Bazinez, check up effect. From there, Jared Haynes does get a piece, so Danny Barnes, whew, barely missing it by the skin of his teeth. Right on board with somebody here. That was with Sean Corbett. We're on board with Austin Green. From the roll bar camera. Well, from there, I mean, time pretty much just run out for Green. Really run out of options. Very limited options. Well, I ain't going to it for the most part. I do want to ride on board with Danny Barnes because he just did barely miss getting a piece of the action here from a spinning Sean Corbett. Evasive action, bam. Haynes going to get damaged. A lot of heads up driving by Danny Barnes. Veteran move. And right now we're back live. Drivers on pit road, Michael Wingo. Car is still crab walking. just a little bit. Not sure what damage he has left to fix. Of course, Wingo's already used his one fast repair. Corey Wright out as well. Harper back in the pits along with Wise. You see Casey on the apron, probably trying to save as much fuel as he can. A lot of drivers are. Well, to re-rack the top 10 again. Casey Sprinkle, Joshua McCullough first and second. Connor Wren, Trevor Asbernoth third and fourth. John Ward, Freddie Bazinez, Malik Ray, Christopher McCullough, Jeff Merck, and David Flanagan the top 10 as they run. Under caution, that is. Look at the rest of the field before we switch back over. Well, it'll come down to this. Well, I say that, do not ever count out in overtime. I'm pretty sure we'll have it tonight. Sprinkle and McCullough to the United Road restart zone. 8 to go. Do they finish it under green? Right now, Astronaut already up making that third lane work. Oh, Veliky hard! The Sheriff all the way down on the apron. I don't think nobody really goes around. Well, that was quick. Christopher McCullough, meatball flag to the 45. All right, what happens this time? Let's take a look. Well, Maines will take it up the middle, 3 wide. Veliky will come up. I want to see if he got loose right there. It pretty much saves it. Of course, I don't blame race control because that could have been a lot bigger than what it was. We'll wind it here and go slow motion with it. Almost like Veliky gets loose before that happens. All right, hit play. Probably started a little too slow. But we'll see here. Well, of course, you're going to see Flanagan. I believe he's going to be the first one to move up. He is. The 31 will move up. Astronaut as well. Garrett Maines going to try to fill the gap here, make it 3 wide. He successfully gets there at the same time. Veliky comes up and into the one of Maines, and from there, bam and bam. Questionable damage on Garrett Maines' car, of course. Led 24 laps tonight. But not knowing the extent of the damage to the one, it might be pit, fix the damage, possibly never get back up to the front, as Landon Veliky will receive the black flag. Right now, Maines is in the pits. And you can see the damage right to the right side. I have Elijah going to try to repair it. As Casey Sprinkle still your leader. More than welcome to. Alright, now it's been an up and down night for a lot of drivers. Michael Trasquero from the back to the front numerous times has always hung around either inside or just outside the top 10. Davenport, another one's had an up and down night. Austin Green, about the time he gets to the front, he's involved in another yellow, has to completely restart over. Right now, Green will be in 17th. Not sure what's up with Casey Sprinkle. Alright, gets it refired and gets it back going. So drives a very up and down night. Led the most laps, Garrett Maines right now. Maines will be scored back in the 28th spot. With 5 to go, I doubt we'll see the 20 be able to end. Was been a dominant night. Slid 24 laps out of the 55 that's been completed, but the night might be done for the 20 of Garrett Maines. We'll have to wait and see. Well, to re-rack it, the top 10 at least, Sprinkle and Kyler Wren, Ezra North Ward, Bazinez, Malik Ray, Joshua McCullough, Jeff Murray, Jared Haynes, David Flynn get a top 10. Question is, do we get a green-white checkered? My vote is yes. All right, Sprinkle and Kyler to the restart zone yet again. We're rolling with 4 to go. Great start by Casey, about the best you can ask for. As Renault now with Bazinez going to try and get in the middle. How about Kyler's going to split the middle with Ward and Malik Ray? Called Casey completely off guard, but now starting to scatter. Meanwhile, Kyler to the front. And he's got John Ward right behind him. Now about the 2025 SummerSlam 499 winner Malik Ray up to third. How will he play a hand in this? 3 laps to go from Talladega. Oh, Ray's gonna get turned. He says that Ward does not. And overtime is, man, this is big. Ward, Sprinkle. 2 out of the 3 McCulloughs. Flanagan's involved in this. Davenport, John Ward, Astronaut. Everybody left. Sean Corbett, meatball flag. The night is done for Corbett, as is Michael Triscuro. Man. David Flanagan as well, a meatball flag. 1 fast repair already gone. The night's done for Flanagan. Well, we saw Ward. I believe Ward might have got net coated from Astronaut following what happened with Kyler. We'll back it up and see. It is going to take out everybody. It is going to take out the front runners. Well, Ward's going to almost get Kyler Turnbull for there, and massive net cut on the 89. At the same time, just a bad place, and bam, bam, and bam. Cars wrecking everywhere. Right on board with John Ward from the Gearbox Cam. Well, really, see, everyone's going to shoot the gap. There's the net code. Getting prepared for him from there. For Michael Triscuro's vantage point. He's going to get into the wall from there. He's going to get ping-ponged around. Last but not least, by any means, we might do one more. Let's see what time looks like. But from Casey Sprinkle. Well, just like everybody else, just going to run out of room. Sprinkle, I thought he almost got away with it, but damn, got hit all over the place. It says Sprinkle will be the last one, but I'll ride on board with Trevor Asronoff through this. Well, there's the Netco playing his day, and from there, and what can you do? Astronaut still on pit road. The night's done. Tell you what. Well, we got a last lap here. I'll do you that one, Heath. Well, wrong one. Let's find good old Danny Barnes through this. Barnes, other than contact, he'll get pretty much right on through it. The top 10 as they run: Bazinez, Murray, Wren, Haynes, Malik Ray, Mastretta, McCullough, Westmoreland, Green, and Elliott. Top 10. If I am not mistaken, it will be the first of three. Yep, first of three green, white, checkers. For Freddie Bazinez, he's only led 4 laps tonight. Mertz led 1. Jared Hayes has not even led officially tonight. Wren's led 3. All right, the first attempt, and then make it back. We shall see. Right now, nobody really making a lot of moves just yet. Well, Hayes getting pushed by Malik Ray with Kevin McCullough right behind them on the bottom lane, but Bazinez holding the top with Murray, Kyler, Mastretta, Westmoreland, Richard Elliott, Austin Green will jump up right behind them. Here comes Jared Hayes with a big run on the bottom with a big push from Elite Ray. Caution is out. Again, John Ward against the wall. And there goes Ward's chances tonight. Christopher McCullough, both him and Ward, one fast repair already used and gone. Mike Davenport will be in the same boat. Well, Davenport will make it to pit road. The rest having a tow. All right. What's happened now? To put us under caution for the 11th time, and we'll take the second attempt at a green, white, checkered. Right here, they try to go 3 wide. McCullough gets the 55 sideways just a little bit. There's where Ward gets the damage. Alright, let's slow this up here. Actually, look at this. Well, there's the shot. From there to 55 on the back of Sprinkle's bumper. Comes up off of Sprinkle just a little bit. And from there, with 55 to 49 make contact. Asronoth's going to get a piece of this. John Ward's going to fall right in his lap. Bam and bam for McCullough and Ward. Sean Corbett's going to hit him massive shot into the door. But I was real light. That would rattle Davenport's brains. Then hard into the wall again. It's been a wild night tonight. Just right on board with Mike Davenport through this. From John Ward. A little slight at first, but obviously it's enough to put Ward in the garage and out of the race. There's where it finally breaks. Lastly, from Christopher McCullough. That run finally breaks. It's amazing he's able to keep it straight. But with that being said, it'll be the second attempt on green-white checkered. If we make it to the third, they will race it back no matter what. All right. Career racket for the 11th time tonight. Bazinez, Jared Haynes, first and second. Malik Ray, Jeff Merck, third and fourth. Kenneth McCullough and Kyler Wynn, fifth and sixth. Chase Mastretta, Westmoreland, seventh and eighth. Richard Elliott, Austin Green, the top 10. All right. Jared Haynes and Bazinez. Brings them down. Let's try it just one more time. Big check up in the back. Keeping it straight for the most part. Will shove and become more and more aggressive down the back straightaway. Bazinez holds to the lead. There goes Haynes. There goes Mastretta. Martin Vondale's involved in this one. Richard Elliott. Wingo just sneaking through on the bottom of the screen. Got another driver off camera. Well, Joshua McCullough, meatball, brought Westmoreland meatball flag. Danny Barnes will suffer the same fate. Barnes still with a fast repair for Westmoreland and McCullough. Well, Joshua's got one as well. There you see Danny Barnes, massive damage. Let's look back and see what happened. Gonna start at the front with Mastrutta. Well, not just Mastrutta. So as I can find his name, there it is. I believe Haynes is gonna get turned by Merck, but we'll see. Pushing. Gonna try to split the gap forward wide, and from there, I mean, Mastrutta gonna take a heavy shot. As we're not involved in it. Look at Jared Hayes' side of things here. Alright, here it's going to be a pretty risky move, but on a green-white checker, do what you got to do. The gap's there. Merck pushing, Hayes. Like McCullough maybe comes up a little. That's hard to say. I'll let Heath look at this one here. He can make the call. I ain't even going to try. I'm not race control tonight. I ain't even going to try to make it. And McCullough's going to take a shot for Michael Wingo. Bam. Casey Sprinkle barely going to sneak through the gap. Trevor Asbernoth right behind him. Isn't so lucky. Well, Jared Haynes is going to come out of this a lot better than what some other ones are. Right on board Danny Barnes again. Well, man. I didn't even check up there, but who's their own? Trevor Asbernoth on board. Then you're going to try to make it. Von Dell's going to come back right at the last minute. Then he'll get tapped by Elliott. Well, Chase Mastrutta's already towed after this. Here we go. Now we'll get us on board. He ain't even gonna know what's coming either. Bam. Just gets hit by everything in sight. Well, for some, what a way to end it. Right now, over half the field now use their one and only fast repair. A lot of them still in danger. It will not matter If I remember correctly, the last time I did an MMS race, the third green, white checker does not matter if they wreck, does not matter if the yellow comes out. Don't matter if the pace car is on the track, for Christ's sakes. They are finishing it under green. The last I remember. 23 cars still on the lead lap. Josh McCullough 1 lap down. Chase Mastretta will join Mike Davenport, John Ward, Christopher McCullough, Mike Francisco, David Flanagan in the garage. Sean Wiggins back on the track, 44 laps down from here on out. 23 drivers. 23, yeah. We'll have a chance to win it. And if you don't think the driver in 23rd of Kenneth McCullough can win from that spot, you ain't been looking at plate racing long enough to tell. Freddie Bazinez, Malik Ray will bring them down. No matter what happens, the race should end under green. We're rolling. Not a great start from Elite Ray. Merck up to the outside lane to try to cover. Landon Veliky trying to put that bottom lane up. Corey Wright trying to make a third lane early. Now back straight away. So far, so good. They make it to the white flag. It don't matter what happens then. Right now, Bazinez trying to hold Landon Veliky at bay. Murray with a great push off of 4 through the tri-oval. Oh, the wreck Corey Wright's around. Asronaut sprinkles involved. White flag. Does not matter. No matter what happens, does not matter. They're still racing out. Bazinez holding Merck and Veliky at bay with the rest of the field that's remaining. Off of 2 for the final time. Bazinez taking every shot like he's fighting for his life right now. As they enter turn 3 and 4 for the final time. But right now, Merck's going to have one more chance at it. It's going to be off of 4 through the tri-oval. Freddie Bazinez through the tri-oval. Merck's going to look to the outside at the line. I can't call it. Jeff Merck, barely, on one screen. Jeff Merck might have just stole it. Maybe for the second straight night. So we're going to have to go to iRacing off of this. And he's got it. Jeff Merck finally back to victory lane. Bazinez second, Malik Ray third, Kyler Wynn and Landon Veliky will round out the top 5. There's going to be a party tonight, I can guarantee it. New paint and all. He's going to celebrate it in style. See if we can't get him in here, if I can find him. Well, we'll wait for Mert to get in here. What a race. Never disappoints. Oh man, none of the top 3 are in the Discord right now. Well, right now, while we wait, let's see who's the highest runner that we can interview as of right now. Austin Green, is he still in here? Nope. Talk to Garrett Maines. Dominic Carr tonight. We'll walk out of here 20th if we can get a word with him. Well, there's Jeff Merck, as a matter of fact. Jeff Merck, Garrett Jennings up here broadcast booth. Buddy, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man. What's up?
About time, ain't it?
Yeah, man. Finally got off that second place thing there. Got a win out of it.
And,
So,
and in very dramatic fashion, might I add.
yeah, you gotta wait to the last second there before you pull out. Man.
Speechless.
Freddie left it out to the right there, and I got his right rear, and the side draft in these things is so strong it just pulled him right back, and we went by him, and I got the win.
Well, just tell me about tonight. It was by no stretch of the imagination the easiest. I believe what 3 or 4 cautions that you were got a piece of it.
Yeah, I was shocked. I guess these things are tanks now. I mean, I only had like 30 or 40 seconds on the one, and I think 11 or 12 seconds on the other one. She scratched up a little bit, but she's still fast enough to win the race.
Well, but just take me through the whole night. Obviously, just said it was not easy for you. How were you able to keep your head in the game and really just keep the focus to be able to try to get back to the front?
Yeah, just in these cars, the runs are so big, you know you can go from the back to the front like a lap and a half. If you and another car can get really connected and just really shove through the car in front, you can really go places here. I think like me and Corbett one time went from like 25th to like 2nd or 3rd in like I think like a lap and a half, and the caution came out. We were kind of up front, and then I think we just kind of stayed up there the rest of the night. The rest was just kind of like teamwork, and then had a plan. And
Well, buddy, one question I want to ask: Did Heath make that paint job?
he did. Yep.
Well,
This is my
that's a
this
hell
is
of a
my-
paint job.
yeah, you like
Yeah, oh yeah.
dark side Obi-Wan on the hood there, huh?
I mean, they threw me by a loop. I was expecting red and blue, not black and red. That's a hell of a paint job, buddy.
Yeah.
I guess last question for you tonight, cause I'm too flabbergasted by the finish to really think of anything else right now. Is there anybody want to thank, friends, family, sponsors, etc.?
Yeah, my loving wife inside. She's normally watching these things, and she told me good job, so I know she's watching. So love you, babe. Thanks for letting me do this. Catch Fence Motorsports. All my teammates over there. The Welcome to the Dark Side paint. 760 Graphics did a good job painting this thing. There a lot of hard work went into this paint job, and I got a whole stable of them, so they're all pretty much gonna look like this. You up in the booth, I always did enjoy going back watching the races. The push in there at the end was kind of crazy, and we were flying. But now my team's now locked into the playoffs, so we'll rest. We're just money racing.
Hell yeah, buddy. For Jeff Murray, the streak of finishing second by narrowest of margins is over in pretty dramatic fashion. He'll knock off Freddie Bazinez on the last lap to win at Talladega. Congratulations, buddy. Hell of a job.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yep. Welcome to the dark side indeed, and we stole it. That being said, see if I can't interview somebody else here. see if I can't get Garrett Means. Still want to get Garrett Means up in here.
In the meantime, it's going to be,
Garrett Means. Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth, buddy. Got a copy?
yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I'm good at interrupting mid-conversations, ain't I? but, buddy, I will say this. Dominant car tonight. Unfortunately, it will not be the finish that you wanted. Just take us through the night. Very, very crazy night, but it looks like you possibly had to win in the bag, and then where did it all go awry from there?
Oh, yeah, I mean, we kind of leading the thing for the first half, and I think it was when Flanagan cleared up. I don't know if he thought I was going to hang him out or what, but I think he was trying to make the motion up the track, thinking I was gonna try to hang him out, and just both of us shot me straight to the wall, because as I was coming to him with the run, it just kind of, ricocheted my car that direction, and lost quite a bit of track position, got some of it back, fixed some damage, came back from the back, and just kept being right around the wrecks. And being on the back end of the strategy, you just kind of, hope for the best and keep putting fuel in the car in case it does play out that way, which it did, obviously. But, yeah, just couldn't really seem to catch a break. They would wreck off turn 2, wreck into 3. And there at the very end, I felt like I was in a really promising position, but I just knew the top 4 are all teammates. Whether they're supposed to be or not, it's very clear what's been going on, and just I was really thinking Axel would read that, and I had my teammate behind him, my actual teammate in the series, and I don't know. I didn't communicate with him what I was thinking. I didn't know where he was, to be honest, and kind of hung myself out, and then obviously they wreck in the tri-oval, and where else am I but right in the middle of it with nowhere to go. So just not our night. This car can be a coin toss, and we kind of went from 29th to 6th in the last 6 laps of the race, but that was as far as we got.
But I did want to ask you, of course, not throwing dirt on or nothing like that, but after a very eventful SummerSlam 499, and since then I know SummerSlam's well over with, but after a very eventful races leading up to that and other series that we saw at the, I'm going to ask you the same question I've probably asked about 8 drivers, but some are the same, some are not. Is it more the cars that we can see tonight with the bump drafting and all that and just getting them sideways, or does it kind of boil down to where pretty much you can do so much more with these cars than what you can a truck or an Xfinity or a next gen even? Is it just the fact that these cars and what they can do drivers maybe try to push the issue just a little too much, and we get what we saw tonight out of it?
I mean, these cars like ARCA create chaos. You got guys that can literally go from the back with an uninterrupted run straight to the front with little to no help. If you get an organized group together, you just get runs that are really hard to block, and it's not like you can take a big hit in this car, but somebody gets the bad end of that deal every time. And I think there's a lot of people just taking the risk and taking the hit, and when it doesn't work out, you get a crash, and you just see that cycle continue. I mean, these used to go green, and it's not a whole lot different, but I think people have kind of learned how to push and how to side draft, and the opportunity to break away just really isn't there anymore. I don't know if they've changed something that's kind of allowed for there to be a bigger bubble, but I don't know. I prefer a little bit more strategy, and the way that it is right now, I mean, you can literally go here to 0 in a lap and, just repeat the cycle and start it all over again. It just creates quite a bit of chaos. But, I mean, like you said, since the SummerSlam and pretty much since then, we've been on the bad end of the deal just about every time. We've kind of had the last lap just not go our way. It is what it is, though. I've, had a lot of success with wing and water technology. Wing and water technologies in real life. In the Spec E30 this weekend, we actually got the win. So I'll trade it. It's nice to have some success on the real track, even if we're not having it over here.
Well, buddy, first and foremost, nice to meet you. I believe it's the first time I interviewed you. Always nice to talk to another Garrett in the world somewhere, but
yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the interview. It was a little bit of a surprise.
Well, just getting into one interview, you know what I mean? But what I like to do is, and I'll tell a brief little backstory. Never knew how big iRacing really was. Always looked at it from the sidelines till I got a computer. Got into this money racing gig, never realized that it's pretty much a whole nother community and almost a business for some in its own right. Family, sponsors, bosses, corporations looking. That being said, if there's anybody want to thank tonight, friends, family, sponsors, etc., the floor is yours to shout them out, buddy.
Absolutely. Another shout out to Wegum Water Technologies for all their support this season, and big thank you to Scott at MCU Body as well for all the help. It's a big part of why I'm racing in real life this year. So, big shout out to them, and also thank you to Linux.
All right, buddy. For Garrett Maines, he will walk out of here knowing that he was, in many ways, the car to beat with 24 laps left, most of any driver, but he'll have to settle for 21st tonight. Appreciate your time, buddy. Best of luck to you next time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. That being said, got one more driver waiting in here. Oh, okay. Casey Sprinkle, Garrett Jenkins again up here in the booth. Got a copy, buddy.
And you interviewing me, but yeah, I got a copy.
Well, buddy, hell, what can I say as the spring? I think my time just ran out on the server side of things, but what can I say? Up at the front when it mattered the most, but unfortunately not there at the end. Can you just take us through the whole night for your perspective? Got a little bit up there to the front, led a few laps, but pretty much what was the undoing?
Yeah, I was trying to stay up front the beginning, and then I realized it was just gonna be a wreck fest. I actually got involved in the first wreck, saved it, but I got like a bunch of wheel damage. I fixed that, and then I just really rode in the back a bunch. I would try to work my way back up to the front, but then as soon as I would start to work my way back up to the front, that'd be a wreck. And then they kept wrecking, The more we got into the race, the more they kept wrecking. And I think it was like I don't even know what lap. I'm trying to look. I got back up to the front, and then we had a good green flag run for like I think looks like about 10 laps. And I went on that restart. I went all the way up to the front, got up to the front, and we were jocking positions. It was so much fun, that 10 lap green flag run. And then we again kept having more cautions and kept having more cautions. Anyways, I was still up front there with on the overtimes, and I just I don't even really remember what shuffled me back. Actually, I'm looking right now. I was still leading on one of the overtimes. I think coming to the second overtime, and then I just got split, and then kept falling back, and then they wrecked up in front. That wreck, they saved it, but then they checked up, and I was getting pushed through. I kind of ran into the back of Flanagan and Trevor, and they just kept wrecking. And that's when I had to take my fast repair. That's finally, I remember now what put me back. And then I really just couldn't work my way back up to the front. They wrecked again on the final overtime, and I got wrecked there, so couldn't really get back up. Finished P12 though. But overall, like in that pretty good night until the final few overtimes.
Well, buddy. Yeah, well, I never would have thought you had wheel damage. Many times you saved that damn car, but
Yeah, it was too much wheel damage. Like I was having to tone like to 9 o'clock left just to go straight.
I'll be damned. Well, buddy, of course, a little late for all of us. 12:05 on the East Coast for me. I don't know what it's like for you, but
Yeah, I live in NC.
well, hell yeah. Well, buddy.
Yep.
In the same boat I am. But pretty much last question I got for you. Anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, all Makota Motorsports, everyone really in this race for having fun. I mean, there was a lot of cautions, but I mean, it's just these drivers and these cars, you're gonna have cautions. I don't know what we're gonna have to do to change it. Maybe take out the fast repair, make the wrecks $10. But you for broadcasting, Kenny for putting the race on, and Josh for helping me. He did a lot of help. Michael Trisco, Michael Wingo was who I was working with this race, and again, all Makota Motorsports.
All right, buddy. For Casey Sprinkle tonight, we'll had a handful of laps tonight. We'll have to settle for a 12th place run. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Yep, I'm gonna go get to bed.
I don't blame you. That being said, I do got one more via request from the driver himself. Not that I have an issue with it. And it will be actually one of my top 5 drivers for tonight. Well, let's get him in here. Landon Velicky. Landon Velicky, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth, buddy. Got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Oh, buddy. Wild night for you from the back to the front, from the front to the back, about as more times as I can count on my hands. Ultimately going to walk out of 5th. Take me through the race. What was it like from your standpoint?
I'm trying to decide my words.
I can understand.
It wasn't a good race. I'll just start with that. I mainly wanted an interview. I want to give a couple apologies and then probably something that's the opposite of an apology. First off, apology to Mike Triscaro for a misunderstanding earlier in the race. Also, massive apologies to Garrett Maines. That was one of the worst things I've ever done was when I caused that wreck with me and him. So definitely feel bad for that and apologize to him for that. I'll probably send him another message even after this race. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's a fun car. I like the car, but it'd be nice to run the car more than 3 laps at a time because then you can really get the full potential of what's going on, and get your way back to the front. But when you don't have that opportunity and you have people crashing for no reason every 5 laps, which granted I caused one of them, but I did not cause all 13 or whatever we had. It's just it's pretty bad. And then my favorite part when it's a team series. Actually, I'll probably just leave that one at that. Yeah, we'll just leave that one there. But I mean, you can't hate the players. You got to hate the game, and that's essentially what we had there tonight. I knew at the end that I was completely screwed. Me and Austin were done for when you saw the 4 guys that were lined up together, and you knew they were going to let the first 2 of them up, and then they were just going to control the race from there, which, I mean, that's fine. That's what they have to do, but you can't really have the problem with them when you have everybody else that decides they're too busy trying to race each other, then go up there and try and beat the team that is so dominant, so good at what they do. It's just, it's baffling to me. So I don't know, I'm just kind of randomly spitballing right now. I'm glad there's been a little bit of a break because I definitely didn't have many kind words to say if you caught me like right at the end of the race. But
I can tell a lot of people left, and I figured that'd be the reason why. But I'm going to ask you the same question that I just asked Garrett Maines. Obviously, this car, you can do so much more compared to trucks, compared to ARCA, not ARCA, but Gen 4s, yeah. all different types of cars. You got more freedom to do. Is it pretty much where the drivers, and of course I'm not shooting on no drivers. I ain't saying nobody's bad. Just from my stand, just from the fan and the commentator's perspective, with what all you can do with the car, does it kind of give drivers the sense that I can do this, I'm not stuck in line, I can make it 3 wide, I can get the runs? And we saw a lot. I'll give an incident without giving names. It's actually one of the last wrecks. People trying to force it 4 wide for the lead on a green-white checker, might I add. But is it just what all you can do with this car? Does it kind of give people that sense of, I guess, a Superman feeling like I can make this work?
It does, but the problem with that is that it needs to be harnessed and understood and controlled before you can properly actually drive like Superman. That's just the largest. So, okay, let me rephrase. So, the reason I love this car and the ARCA car and even the new Gen 4 car is because you do have the freedom. Like, you're basically in control of your own destiny. And when you figure out how to manipulate it and how to take advantage of the runs and of everything going on, you're great. I mean, awesome. I mean, my 2 PGR wins were in the old next gen that raced exactly like the Gen 6s. I mean, won my SummerSlam heat, ran up front the whole summer. Like, it's just a car I understand. And there are a lot of people at the front that do understand it. The problem is, I think a lot of the times that we run Xfinity in trucks is to avoid what we kind of had tonight, but then you run into the issue of those cars are just boring. I mean, in my opinion, and I know my opinion is not just gospel, but those aren't entertaining races. They're not fun to drive. They're not. I mean, it's just
Gridlock.
terrible, in my opinion. Gridlock, exactly. So when you have something as good as a Gen 6, you got to appreciate it, and you got to try and take the time, I think, to kind of learn it. And I don't know. I did not see a whole lot of the race in general. I mean, the wreck I know directly was caused by someone in particular was mine with Garrett. So that was, I don't know. It's just frustrating. I'm not even finding the right words because it's just quite annoying. But, yeah, so my problem is I'm mincing my words. I'm making this, I'm trying to use, proper language and stuff.
I understand.
I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. And I really hope it's not that way next week. But I mean, I know last week I didn't race last week because I was out of town, but last week's race was pretty good from what I remember. I don't remember it being a wreck fest, and it was trucks, but it's because trucks are easy.
Yeah.
And I know we can still have disasters with trucks too, but they're just simple. And what was it before that? Atlanta. Oh my God. I wish you would have interviewed me after that race. It was just, well, I think it was ninth gear, but then I don't know. That Atlanta race a couple weeks ago was just god awful. I don't know what it is. We have a live RC. We have all the same drivers that are capable of going green every single race, but just don't. So I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know. Those are going to be the 3 key words from this interview, I guess.
Well, buddy, on a bright note, you'll walk out of here P5, and of course, the way my memory is, I can't remember if this is the first. No, I've interviewed you before, so you probably know the next question coming up here. It's the one that ends the show just about. Is there anybody want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for broadcasting. Definitely thank you for broadcasting and managing to sit through that disaster. When we have them sometimes with my broadcast, it's just, it goes on and on. It's like it never ends. But yeah, appreciate you for the broadcast. Appreciate Kenny too, and all the McCulloughs for putting the series on. I'm not trying to disparage the series by any stretch of the imagination. It's not their fault. It's just, I don't know what it is, but appreciate them. I appreciate Chris McCullough and Danny Barnes, my 2 teammates in this series. Got to shout out to Jack Shack too, my normal team. And I don't know. I'm so drained from that. It was just, but you have it sometimes. And
well, buddy, I will thank you real quick. I've been using the crap out of that camera pack you sent me. I appreciate you for everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate
Anytime.
you for everything you've helped make this broadcast company grow that I've been trying to work on for months now. Just wanted to take the time to thank you for that.
Oh, I appreciate it. Anytime, anything you need. I'm by no means perfect when it comes to it, but it's I don't know. It's kind of fun, I guess. It's more fun to broadcast sometimes. I will say that when you do have races like that, it's like, man, I wish I was just broadcasting this. But I don't know. Yeah, I appreciate it.
No problem, buddy. For Landon Velicky, frustrating night, but we'll salvage a top 5 finish out of this. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
You too. With that being said, we'll run through the results tonight. Very chaotic MMS race, but you get moral of the story. You'll have races like this where it be a wreck fest, but for just about as many races that are a wreck fest, there's about 1 or 2 races where they go off without a hitch. Very entertaining. You'll hit them rough patches here and there, from my personal experience anyway. Let's get on through the results here. I know everybody's ready for me to hush and go to bed and all that. Jeff Merritt, your winner tonight. Freddie Bazinez, Malik Ray, 2nd and 3rd. Kyler Wynn. Landon Velicky, top 5. Austin Green, Jared Hayes, Nathan Harper, Axel Smith, Josh Grimboon, the top 10. Danny Barnes, Casey Sprinkle, Brock Westmoreland, Michael Wingo, Ken McCullough, Mark Vondell, Trevor Asronoth, and Sean Corbett. We'll round out the top 18. '19th on down, Richard Elliott, Garrett Mays, the dominant car tonight led, if I ain't mistaken, I done forgot, led 24 laps tonight. It will not be tonight. Garrett Mays wanted. Dawson Wise was up there in the mix the majority of the night. Cameron Craighead lingered around the top 10 as well. Unfortunately, it will not be the finish that he wanted either, nor pretty much anybody from 20th on down. Because everybody, one way or another, was at the front, 20th on down. Corey Wright, 23rd. Josh McCullough, 24th. Chase Mastrutta, Mike Davenport, John Ward, Christopher McCullough rounds out 23rd to 28th. And then lastly, the last through, Michael Triscaro. Not the race that he wanted, but I'll tell you, he was a sleeper tonight. I mean, I thought for sure Triscaro was going to have his say in the win tonight. Hung around the top 10 all night. Was actually contending for the lead at one point. Unfortunately, 29th will be the result for Michael. David Flanagan and Sean Wiggins will round out the field 30th and 31st. With that being said, yes, sir, Jeff Merck's your winner. With that being said, thank you everybody for watching tonight. Look forward to the next MMS race. That will be on Sunday, unless anything happens, or unless I'm called, hey, can you do this one? And more than likely I will. HGR or BDS tomorrow or Friday. For Thursday, HGR again. Saturday, the Midnight Racing League Super Speedway Series live from Atlanta. You don't want to miss the best that the Midnight Racing League has to offer when it comes to super speedways. Corey Wright, Justin Millicar, Aubrey Thompson, just to name several. And several guys you've seen tonight will be in that series as well. Comes on at midnight. And then Sunday, HGR probably, and MMS. Until then, everybody, this is Garrett Jenkins. Thank you for watching tonight. Everybody be safe throughout the rest of the week. And have a good night.